Hi guys, it's Michelle. Welcome back to my cooking channel. Today we're doing a different version of chickpea stew. Instead of Moroccan, we're going to take it to Latin America, but we're going to kick it up a notch by using smoked turkey. So it's going to be very smoky and tomatoey, and I'm busting out the Instant Pot, so hopefully it'll be easy. So join me in my kitchen and come cook with me. Today's ingredients are extra virgin olive oil. I have here some smoked turkey necks. Typically this is done with ham hocks. We don't eat anything that comes from a pig, so we'll use the turkey necks. I have garbanzo beans or chickpeas, garlic. I have some dry white wine. They always say cook with what you drink. I don't drink wine, so I have no idea, but I got a dry one. Smoked paprika, bay leaves, tomato paste, onion, red pepper, small red potatoes, salt, and I'll be serving it with some jasmine rice. These garbanzos need to be soaked, and clearly they haven't been because they're nice and dry, just like I showed them to you just now in the bag. So I have a little hack. You put 1 cup of garbanzo beans or chickpeas, whatever you want to call them, to 3 cups of water. Here I have 4 cups of beans, so I'm using 12 cups of water. You put them in an Instant Pot if you have one. These things are great. I don't think they're as good as everybody thinks, but you know, they're okay. So 2 minutes, I already set it high. I'm gonna let this go. It's gonna take way more than 2 minutes because it has to naturally release all the pressure once it gets there, but it takes way less than 8 hours. So once this is done, I'll drain the water and then we have perfectly soaked beans. We're finally at pressure. It's taken about 20-25 minutes for this Instant Pot to come to pressure. Don't touch that part, by the way. I didn't burn myself, it's just really hot. So now we're at 1 minute left. Once this is done, I'm going to turn it off and let it naturally release the pressure for 10 minutes, and then I will vent it so it can finish releasing the pressure. Then we're ready to use our beans. So our 10-minute timer has gone off. So now carefully, I'm going to vent it. I always put a rag on there so you don't burn yourself or get anything else steamed in the kitchen. So we're gonna let that release. Once it's done, I'm gonna dump that water carefully since the beans are hot, okay? Now it's done venting. So I'll turn it. And let's see, these are not done. There's no way. But this is the equivalent of rinsing them, soaking for at least 8 hours. So I'm going to dump this liquid, rinse them, and then get them back in here. I'm going to be using the Instant Pot since I figured I used it already. I set it to saute, so it's at saute now, and it's telling me it's hot. So we're going to put some oil, and I'm going to add to this our onions and our garlic. And I'm going to start cooking these until they get soft. So I would say cook these about 5 minutes. Okay, it's been about 5 minutes. And you see we are getting a little bit of color. And the onions and the garlic are nice and soft. I'm going to add to this the red pepper. I sliced it up, and I'll cook this for about a minute. Now that it's cooked for 1 minute, I will be adding the tomato paste. Let's see if I can do this with one hand. Now that all the tomato paste is in there, I'm going to cook that down. You always want that tomato paste to cook for a little bit. You don't want that metallic taste of it being canned. So we're cooking this down, and I'm going to add at this point, I'm doing things a little differently since I'm doing it in the Instant Pot. If you were doing this on the stove top, feel free to do this little stir fry in a pan while the chickpeas boil. You want to start cooking the chickpeas first. But today we're doing things just in one pot, so it's going to be a little different. So to this, I'm adding our paprika, or smoked paprika, and the bay leaves. You don't want to add salt at this point because the chickpeas have not cooked, and you won't get soft chickpeas if you add salt. To this, I'm going to add the white wine. That was a 1/4 cup. And if you don't usually drink wine, you're not going to have a corkscrew, so you got to figure things out. I used one of the hacks by using a screwdriver. Actually, a screw, very long screw. Those we have. So I'll add to this 4 cups of chicken stock and 4 cups of water. Also added sweet paprika and tomato sauce. And this is still in the saute feature, so we're going to just stir this around and get everything combined. And now we're going to add our chickpeas. So these are the chickpeas that I drained and rinsed. So let me see if I can do this. Alright. So I still have some ingredients that I'm not going to add just yet, like the potatoes. I guess I could, but I don't want the potatoes to be all smushy and too overcooked, so I'm going to let this actually cook down. I'm going to close our lid. Cancel that. I'm going to put it on pressure cook for 12 minutes. I think I could actually, now that I think about it, let's add the potatoes. Give me one moment. Okay, so this Instant Pot thing has me a little off my game. Guys, the turkey necks. So I'll be adding the turkey necks to this, just like if you were using ham hocks. And I'll be adding the potatoes. I hope I don't overflow this Instant Pot because it's happening. So just want to make sure everything fits in the pot. I'm going to close it now for real this time. Make sure this is not on vent. And pressure cook for 12 minutes. We're going to let that go. As we know, it's going to take longer to get to pressure. Let me get this out of the way. It's going to take longer to get to pressure. It's going to cook for 12 minutes. Then I'm going to let it, just like I did before, and let it naturally release for 10 minutes, and then I'll change it to vent. I was originally going to make this without the Instant Pot. I was going to have the beans soaked. I was going to cook them down in the pot with the water. Then I was going to make the stir fry here and then add it back in there. And the only thing that worked is my rice. We're done here. It's been 12 minutes under pressure, and now it's giving you a warning that it's at full pressure. Yes, that's not a warning. I just forgot to turn off keep warm. Itself for about 10 minutes, just like we did earlier when we were quote unquote soaking the beans. So I'm gonna set the timer, and my rice is done. I'm gonna set the timer for 10 minutes. And once that's done, I'm going to flip this thing to vent, just like I did earlier. And why does that say 1 minute? No idea. And then, well, we're just gonna leave it alone, and then we're gonna open it up. And I'm gonna let this go. So now we're done. I'm gonna open this. Oh, that's high up. And going to make an attempt to stir. You see how in the Instant Pot it's just so much liquid. I want to cook this down, but let's see. Everything's soft. Get a fork. The potatoes are nice and soft. There's absolutely no salt in here, guys, so I'm going to add the salt and the rest of the paprika that was in there. And I'm going to set this to cook so it can thicken up a little. I don't want it too liquidy. So we're going to cook this for an additional 15 minutes with the lid open. Shred the meat off the turkey necks so you can put them back in the stew. All right, guys, we're gonna give this a taste. Now, if you remember when I opened up the Instant Pot, it was very liquidy. You can leave it as a soup and have it like that, or you can do like I did and continue cooking it down uncovered, and it becomes this really nice thick stew that's delicious. Wow. You can taste the tomato, you can taste the red pepper, you can taste the smokiness of the turkey neck. It's just delicious. Thanks for cooking with me again today, and I hope you excuse the fact that I made chickpea stew yet again, since it's a completely different game with this one. I hope you liked this video, so if you did, please hit like down below and don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more recipes. Bye! Bon appetit!